Based on a true story set in the Cecil Hotel, Los Angeles, fluorescent lights flickered in the hallway of the Cecil Hotel, casting intermittent shadows that danced across the worn carpet. I had been working here as a maintenance supervisor for 3 weeks when this happened. January 31st, 2013 is a date that haunts me to this day. Complaints started coming in from guests on the 5th floor. The water has a strange taste, they said. It's dark and has a peculiar odor. Some reported low pressure, while others mentioned strange noises coming from the pipes at night. As a veteran of old buildings in downtown Los Angeles, I'd heard it all before, but something about these complaints was off. Room 503 had been empty for 2 weeks, but guests swore they heard footsteps inside at night. Security cameras showed a young woman entering the elevator, frantically pressing numerous buttons, her movements jerky and unnatural, as if she were dancing to music only she could hear. The footage gave me goosebumps, the way she peered around corners, talking to someone who wasn't there. Maria, one of our longtime housekeepers, refused to clean the 5th floor after encountering what she described as a shadow that walks the wrong way. She crossed herself when she brought it up, muttering prayers in Spanish under her breath. She quit the next day, having never received her last paycheck. There was no record in the maintenance logs of the water tanks being checked for months. Following protocol, I headed for the rooftop exit. The Los Angeles sunset painted the sky in shades of orange and purple, but up here, among the water tanks and air handling units, everything seemed gray and lifeless. The first thing I noticed was the slightly ajar lid of the main water tank. This was wrong. Such lids are heavy and should always be secured. As I got closer, an odor reached me, metallic and organic, like old coins and rot. The beam of my flashlight picked out something floating in the dark water. At first I thought it was a mannequin. My mind was trying to protect me from the truth. But mannequins don't have hair that flutters in the current like seaweed. They don't wear clothes that flutter in the water like dark flowers. The investigation revealed her identity: Eliza Lam, a 21-year-old Canadian student. She had been missing for 19 days. 19 days during which guests drank, showered, and brushed their teeth with water from this tank. 19 days of complaints about the strange taste. But here's what the official reports don't mention. The night before we found her, all the electronic devices on the 5th floor went out at the same time. Cell phones went dead, laptops malfunctioned, and room key cards stopped working. Security cameras in the elevator showed static for exactly 21 minutes, the same amount of time Elise had been there. The investigator ruled it an accidental drowning, citing bipolar disorder as the cause. They attributed the elevator footage to erratic behavior caused by her mental state, but they never explained how she got onto the roof through the locked door or how she managed to climb into the tank and replace the heavy cover. I quit my job the following week, but the Cecil Hotel wouldn't let me go so easily. I still dream about it to this day. In my nightmares, I find myself on that roof again, but this time when I shine my flashlight into the tank, it opens my eyes. Sometimes I wake up with the taste of copper in my mouth, my sheets soaked in what I pray is just sweat. Last month I received a letter. No return address, just a picture of the Cecil Hotel's water tank and a note written in unfamiliar handwriting. Some doors, once opened, never fully close. Below, in other ink, room 503 awaits you. The strangest part? The photo was dated January 31st, 2023, exactly 10 years after we found Elise. But the Cecil Hotel had been closed for renovations since 2017. The building in the photo showed signs of active use, with lights shining in windows that should have been dark. Sometimes late at night, when the pipes in my apartment are humming and the water goes dark for a moment, I think of room 503. I think of Eliza Lam and how the security footage showed her talking to someone off screen. I think about how her name translates to "come here" in Chinese And I wonder, was she really alone in that elevator? Or was she following something only she could see? Something that led her to the roof? Something still waiting in room 503? The Cecil Hotel is scheduled to reopen next year. They've changed the name, renovated all the floors, and replaced all the water tanks. But some stains won't come off. Some doors won't stay closed. If you ever find yourself in downtown Los Angeles, pass by an old hotel with history seeping from its walls, and hear water running through pipes that are supposed to be silent, keep walking. And if you're offered room 503, remember, some stories don't end just because we stop telling them. Last week I received another letter. Inside was a hotel key card, clearly old. The magnetic strip worn off. The room number is clearly visible on it, 503. I keep it in my desk drawer, and sometimes at night I swear I hear it buzzing, calling me back to the Cecil, but I don't want to go there. Some doors must remain closed, some mysteries should remain unsolved, and some hotels should keep their secrets in the walls, in the pipes, in the water tanks that still whisper stories to those willing to listen. The water in my apartment has turned dark again. I should probably call a plumber, but part of me is afraid of what they might find in the pipes. After all, Eliza Lam taught me one undeniable truth. Sometimes the real horror isn't what we see, but what we've been drinking all along.